I'm tired, y'all. I don't know what it was last night, but I got about maybe 2 to 3 hours of sleep. It was pretty rough, if I'm being completely honest. Not that the bed was bad, not that the hotel was bad, not anything like that. I just couldn't sleep. And I think it has a little bit to do with that energy drink that I drank last night, probably around 5 p.m. Probably not the best idea. However, we got ourselves up. Julian's wide awake. Him and his teammates are downstairs right now. The soccer mamas are downstairs right now. And it's about to go down for the Louisville City Tournament. It's going to be fun. Let's check it out.
Okay, do we have everything?
Thanks,
Yeah,
so.
it actually watch our heads.
Grayson, you have.
Oh no, the braids.
I'm not even wearing any.
I think that's one of the people's
definitely not
It's
wearing
so cold,
any.
another one of
I'm
them
definitely
people.
not wearing any Under Armour.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say under.
Yeah, no. Yeah, he's not, yeah.
Say hi, guys.
What's up?
Sawyer, Grayson.
Oh,
Julian.
let's get on the ground.
Julian.
can't
Say
see.
cheese. Say cheese.
That's all right. Just pretend you can.
Oh,
So we're here at Louisville Academy, and their infrastructure here is quite nice. We're about to play their top team for the 2014 age group. They look pretty good, and they have some pretty good size. I'm curious to see what the speed's going to be like in the game, but I'm hoping we put up a good showing. So yeah, so we're excited. You excited, bro?
I am very excited.
Yeah, I don't know. This place is pretty cool. Huh? We need one of these like in Knoxville, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we'll get one of those soon. But yeah, so it's gonna be fun. We got the other One Knox team behind us also playing, so it's gonna be it's a lot of good vibes. So it's gonna be fun. My wife did a very good job of being on camera, right, babe?
Yes, thank you.
These are all the say hi. And that's as much as I'm probably gonna interview them this week. So let me tell you, that game was different. And different is in the fact that we got to see an academy that has been probably together a little bit longer than we have, and we got to see kind of how they operated. One thing that I really noticed from that particular game was their organization. They kind of knew how to play from the back, or at least they had some type of process they wanted to do. I really like the keeper. Their keeper was pretty solid in regards to understanding the field and its awareness. A matter of fact, I think in one of the plays, I might be able to pull it back, but he's scanning the field, seeing where the defenders are and seeing where the open man is, and he makes a through ball right through the middle of our defense and pretty much gets into their attacking half within a pass. And that's really good. That's really good on them. So it just kind of shows that the class that they have, they did beat us 3-0, which, I mean, who wants to lose, period. But 3-0, I would say those are highly contested 3-0 goals that they got, meaning maybe we didn't have too much on the offensive end to give, but our defensive prowess I thought was pretty good. They scored on a ball that, kind of went over the keeper's head, which, kudos to them for a good cross. There was a ball that got deflected that got kicked on the back end, and sometimes those things happen as well. But for the most part, I think a lot of the stuff that they got was, not to say the word lucky, because I don't like to say that because they earned it, but more of it wasn't like a built-up sequence, goal. Which in some cases, when you see that, it's like, oof, man, that's exciting, and that's like, dang, man, these guys brought it. And not to say that they didn't, because I mean they were taking shots at will, but our team did enough defensively to kind of mitigate a lot of those types of goals from occurring, was what you want to see. The one thing that we need to work on specifically for that game is changing that direction a little bit and trying to be a little bit more organized offensively so that we could counter that in some type of way. And I know the coach, Juan, was really trying to alluding to the strikers, whether that be Julian or one of the other kids on the team, pretty much saying to, receive the ball and try to lay it off maybe to the wing or something of that nature so that they can build the ball going forward and create more opportunity. But I think that'll come over time. This is still a fairly new team that kind of just meshed together, so it kind of is what it is. But that was the first game. We're going to go into just a little bit more B-roll, show you a little bit more about the vibe of the tournament, and then we'll get into game 2, which, just a little caveat, is not as pretty either. But hey, it's necessary for growth and development, and that's why we're here. So let's check it out. About the game?
Yes.
Oh my god. It's like you're having a normal
I don't have this awkward chair.
Alright, look at that. My soccer mom's doing soccer gear things, That's fun. What are y'all expecting to see today from the boys?
Hard work.
Not all at once.
Goals.
Okay.
Goals in the goal.
There you go. We gotta work on this first. 4-0. Not pretty. However, I honestly thought that game was a little bit better than the first game, in which we lost 3-0. Reason being is I thought we created a lot more opportunities going forward, which was great to see amongst the players. I mean, if you saw from the highlights, we had chance after chance after chance to actually make it more of a game. What happened in the very beginning, because the clips are kind of all over the place, trust me, there's a lot of editing going on. It's a lot. I have like 100 clips and I have to confine like maybe, good 10 to 12, and it could get overwhelming sometimes. But in the most case, in the very beginning of the game, I think we let in a goal early. Just maybe a lapse of judgment, maybe just kind of wasn't in the game mode just yet, being the second game of the day. Nevertheless, we got scored on early, and I think the second goal that they scored was kind of one of those things where just a deflection, and then they shot and they scored, and it kind of got into our psyche just a little bit. However, one thing that I have noticed over the course of this team is that we don't give up. I mean, a lot of teams easily, when they go down, they mentally are just out of it. For us, it just seems like we just kind of put ourselves in an unfortunate position, but that never, takes away from our ability to want to compete. They constantly, those kids, I mean, those are fantastic kids, and they constantly grind and keep trying to just put their best foot forward. And I think a lot of it just comes down to their mentality. So they have a strong mentality in regards to the competition. Just sometimes they just got to be able to turn that switch on and off just to ensure that they're in the right state of mind throughout the whole game without letting lapses of judgment go by to where, it makes it easy for the other team. But in the first half, it was, other than those 2 goals, it was still competitive. In the second half, man, I felt like we were clearly the better team. We kept creating opportunity in the front, lots of shots on goal, a lot of pressure up front, and in some cases, when you're striving so hard for a goal and you think you're going to get it, you're so excited, and even the parents and everybody's behind him, and then one deflection or one ball that goes to the other side, and the other team gets just one opportunity, and bam, it goes in. It's like, oh man, all that momentum just sunk a little bit. But like I said, the kids kept on fighting. They kept pushing through the entire match, and that's one thing that I'm really impressed with this team. And it's Coach Juan really puts that emphasis on the team to just constantly compete. And because of that, I don't think they leave games thinking and holding their heads held down. I think they have some good positive encouragement from the parents. And another thing too, in regards to that particular 2 games, is those were the top 2 teams aside from our own team, our One Knox 2014 Yellow 1. They were the top 2 teams in the bracket. So we went against the top 2 teams, and while the result doesn't look good, and as far as a goals perspective, our ability to compete was there the entire time. There's things that we need to work on. Once again, like I said, new team, new meshing, new environment, early tournament in the season, and that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. So, with that being said, what we're going to check out is the last game of this tournament, and thankfully, our boys put it together, and they came out with a dub, which we're excited. So I'll show you a little bit of highlights about that coming right meow.
Yeah.